This is Brian Carlton for ABN Newswire. I'm back at the November Symposium Resources Roadshow from the Forum on level 23 of the Westpac headquarters on Kent Street in Sydney, where ASX listed companies and those soon to be get an opportunity to present directly to a room full of, well, fairly savvy resources sector investors while having a quiet drink and a bite to eat. Thomson Resources is a Sydney-based exploration company focused on discovering and developing quality mineral deposits in what's known as the Thomson Fold Belt in northwestern New South Wales. Covers an area about the size of Tasmania. Thomson Resources has just issued a prospectus for its planned IPO, and its Managing Director, Eoin Rothery, was warmly received when he presented today at Symposium. He joins me now. Hi Eoin, how are you going?
How you going?
Now, let's go back to the beginning. Thomson Resources was incorporated back in 2009. Initial shareholders, both ASX listed companies, Minotaur Exploration and Plat Search. What prompted that?
Well, Minotaur came in and did a joint venture with Plat Search over the Thomson Fold Belt assets, and they were pretty excited, and Plat Search didn't want to let go, so they decided to do the next best thing and float a joint company, which is Thomson Resources.
Okay, now before we talk about the IPO, let's actually talk about the belt, the Thomson Fold Belt. Where and what is it?
It's in. It's at the back of Burke. It's in northern New South Wales.
Literally out the back of Burke.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So it's very remote in New South Wales terms, but as you know, New South Wales isn't that big, so it's quite accessible. It's near Cobar and Broken Hill.
Okay, and the adjacent Lachlan Gold Belt is acknowledged as one of the great metals regions on the planet, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's actually produced, by latest count, over $200 billion worth of metal. So, yeah, it's a very significant belt.
Okay, is there a clear delineation between the two, or?
Well, good question, because they thought so prior to 2006, but in 2006 the New South Wales government flew magnetics, and now they're not so sure. They think the Lachlan extends into the Thomson Fold Belt.
Any particular reason it wasn't identified earlier?
Well, not much was known. There was no exploration in the Thomson Fold Belt prior to 2006, and a few academics put a few dots on a map and said, no, it's different, but in fact, maybe it's not.
Okay, so how extensive are your interests in the belt?
We have 6,000 square kilometres, so we're the biggest tenement holder, not only in that belt, but in New South Wales overall.
So you've done some aeromagnetic surveys yourself, haven't you?
Yeah.
What were you looking for, and what do you think you found?
We're looking for bullseye magnetic anomalies, the same kind of anomalies that the Cobar deposits have, those high-grade deposits down there.
And some of the gold values are pretty high, aren't they, based on previous drilling?
Yes, we have a gold prospect which is got a 105 gram.
I was reading some pretty high numbers, yeah.
Yeah, they're high, but it is nuggety, so there's a lot of work to do there.
It's not all about gold, though, is it?
No, we have lead, zinc, and silver potential as well. So yeah, it's looking pretty promising at this stage.
Okay, now the IPO, you've set a date?
Yes, the prospectus is available from our website, and the closing date is December the 3rd.
Okay, so how is it structured?
Well, you apply for shares at 20 cents. You can apply for as many as you want, but we're looking for $6 million to fund this drilling program that we're about to do.
And how do you think the subscription will go?
Yeah, we're getting very, very positive feedback at the moment, so hopefully...
Still got a bit of time up your sleeve?
Well, yes, unless we close the offer early, but I think...
Is that a possibility?
It is a possibility, yeah.
Okay. Now, as the old saying goes, a company's only as good as its people, and Thomson Resources has mustered some pretty serious talent and experience, yourself included.
Yes, well, leading the company actually is Lindsay Gilligan. He retired as Director of the Geological Survey of New South Wales last year. And he spent his whole 40-year career in New South Wales, so he knows every nook and cranny. Couldn't really ask for a better. Yeah, that's right.
But but don't be too modest, though. Of course, you you managed to increase the manganese resource size and the mine life at Woodie Woodie fourfold when you were at Consolidated Mining, among other achievements. Yeah,
look, I've had some good successes in exploration, but not as much as Tony Belperio, because our other director from Minotaur, he found Prominent Hill, which is a $1 billion deposit.
Yeah. So what's your immediate focus post the IPO?
We're going to drill those bullseye magnetic targets that there's been some scout drilling on them, and they have very similar rocks and alteration and mineralogy as the Cobar deposits, some sniffs of zinc, copper, lead, zinc. So we'll be right on to those straight away.
Okay, despite it being the back of Burke, it is inhabited, albeit
Yes.
sparsely. Any impediments to the drilling of your priority
No,
targets?
they're all on western leases, like a pastoral lease, so they're all stations, mainly sheep farming. No problems. The guys up there are really happy to see us when we rock up. So
Okay, that's a nice story in itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you become a newly listed company, why should investors look positively towards Thomson Resources?
Well, how many times do you have an opportunity to invest in a completely new mineral belt that's never been explored before, that has the same geology as somewhere that's got $200 billion worth of production? I think it makes sense.
Investors will find that, well, some of them
Compelling,
exciting too. I would have thought.
That's right.
Eoin Rothery, Managing Director, Thomson Resources, soon to be ASX code TMZ. Thanks so much for your time today. Best of luck.
Thanks very much.
This is Brian Carlton for ABN Newswire.